So after you have painted the background, the first step is that you are going to set up the warp. The warp are the threads on mine. They're brown and they make up the tree's trunk, branches, and they go up here. So let's get started. The first thing you have to do is match up the template with your background. So you want to keep in mind that this part is going to be the bottom of the tree down here. So I'm going to match it up, decide where I want it, and put it behind my plate like that, and make sure that that is where I want it. And then I'm going to take, I used a Sharpie to do it, and I already did it because I kind of messed up my first video. But what you do is you trace the marks on the template onto your plate, and then you cut these little V's. Wherever there was a V on the template, you trace it with a pencil, and then you move the template away and cut the little V's onto your plate. So you have exactly the same number in the same place as the template. So the next step after that, you get to use the yarn that you choose for the tree branches, tree trunk. All right, so this part, the warp. All right, I'm going to use brown on mine, but you can choose a different color, it's all right. So you start out at the bottom, get a piece of tape, and tape it near the first triangle. After you've got it taped, bring it around, flip your plate over, and now we're going to stay on this side for all the rest of it, except for the very end when we tape it again. We'll tape it on the back, but we always keep it all on this side. If you end up with any that go across on the back, then you haven't done it quite right and you might need to redo it. So once you've got it over here, it goes up to the first little notch, around the first notch, down the next notch. You can use both hands to try to help you out. All the way back down to the bottom. And now it goes around to this one, up to the next notch, around and back down. It doesn't actually matter which one you put it through down here because they'll all end up crisscrossing over each other. My yarn's getting in the way. And go back up, do the next one. Around, bring it back down. Now I'm going to flip it just to show you the back. I do not have any yarn going across on the back, and neither should you when it's your turn to do it. And I'm going to go around, back up, through the next one, bring it down, around, back up, and oh, that yarn keeps falling over. And it's okay if yours looks a little different down here, but the part that should be the same as mine is that you should not have any yarn going across the back. All right, we don't need to do that. And make sure you keep it kind of tight, not so tight that it makes the plate bend, but tight enough that it's not going to fall out. Once you've gone through all of these, then go back down to whichever notch you choose, and I've got it around that. I'm going to flip it over, and it ended up back here where we started. It doesn't matter if it comes out the other one, that's okay, it won't hurt anything. And you might need to get somebody to help you with this, or if you're smart, you might have another piece of tape already waiting. Maybe you should get 2 pieces of tape when you start. And tape it on there, and get your scissors, cut it, okay? So that part is called the warp. The warp is the part that makes up the tree trunk and the branches. And I know it looks like this is going to be really hard, but it actually won't be as hard as you might think it will be. So when you have done this step and you're finished with this step, then it's time to go to the next video.